Welcome to the Sam and Joe VA Show, where we teach women just like you how to start and scale a thriving virtual assistant business.
We're your hosts, Sam and Joe, and get ready to have the control, flexibility, and freedom you've always dreamed of.
Welcome to episode 149. Say goodbye to comparisonitis.
Yeah, I'm just going to get straight to the point with this one, Joe.
Short episode, is it?
Like within 20 seconds, we'll be done. We'll wrap it up. We're done. You've got to stop comparing yourself to other virtual assistants. You have got to stop doing this.
It's really tempting. And you might disguise it as, I'm doing some competitor analysis or some research.
It's a dangerous and slippery slope from that research to feeling like you're not good enough. Because when do you ever compare yourself to somebody and come out feeling good about yourself? Like very rarely.
And go, yes, I sound great and I'm doing better than them and it's awesome and my stuff. Yeah, no, you don't.
More often than not, you're going to compare yourself to another virtual assistant and you're going to feel as though they are better, more successful, bigger in terms of their success, and it's just going to make you feel like you're not enough.
Yeah.
Slippery slope.
This is exactly why you and I never go on and do a whole bunch of looking at all of the VA coaches. We don't follow them. We don't look at their websites. Never. Because we want ours to be uniquely us. Our messages, what we talk about, how we structured thing, our business model, everything, we want it to be uniquely us. Because that's the danger, right? You talk about a danger zone.
Yes.
You get into this danger of looking and then you can't help but copy. You can't help it.
You can't. If your brain sees something that you think that is what a great idea that is, or that wording, that's exactly who I'm trying to attract to, or those packages, that makes so much sense. I've been agonizing over mine. And then you can't get past what your brain has seen, and then you end up copying. And what happens when you end up copying, Joe?
You begin to not attract anyone because you're just the same as everyone else. You don't stand out. You're not uniquely you. There's no personality that shines through. It just becomes gray in the wash of virtual assistants, right?
Yeah. Actually, this is what concerns me about Chat GPT. Like, just side note, that everyone's going to use it and everyone's going to sound like Chat GPT. But anyway, side note about that. But it's true. How are you going to stand out from that crowd of virtual assistants if everything you're putting out there isn't actually you? It's somebody else. It's a VA or person, human being that you think you need to be in order to be successful.
You end up with a business that is someone else's business that suits them and what they wanted and what they dreamed about and thought about.
Yeah.
And it's not going to be aligned with what you actually want, the life that you wanted, the business that you want. So you're not even going to like the business that you created because it's someone else's.
Yeah, you're going to wake up one day and just go, this is not what I wanted. This is not why I came into the VA space at all. Like, what have I created? I've dug myself into this hole, and now can I even get out of it?
Because one of the things I love about the industry is that there's so many different options, business models, way you can go about it, services, everything can be so different. Subcontractor, agency, freelancer, project-based, service plan-based, there's so many options. So if you're looking at someone else and you're just copying theirs, because you can't help it, because we promise you once it's in your brain, you can't get it out.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
It's not gonna be what suits you, your personality, your lifestyle, your dreams, your goals, what you want. None of
No.
it.
No, none of it. You're not gonna recognize your business. You're not gonna even recognize yourself, likely. So this lesson was, I would say, probably the first lesson that I learned in business,
Mhm.
because I found myself doing this.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, but, this was like 7 years ago now. So 7 years ago, there weren't as many virtual assistants easily found online as there are
Mm.
today. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I think it's like buses. Like, back in the day, you were waiting for ages for another virtual assistant to kind of pull up and chat to you. But now it's kind of like every 2 seconds, there's a new one coming in.
Yeah.
So there weren't that many. So I found one that was relatively local to me, and it was like, "Oh my gosh, that's amazing what they're doing." And God, it looks slick and everything is so professional, and what a great idea. Like, that's a great service to be offering. And oh wow, they're charging more than I thought that I would start off doing. Services, pricing, brand, the way they were coming across, the way the
Mhm.
owner looked. Okay, all right. Slick. Doing videos. Wow, do I have to be doing videos? Looking back now, it's so stupid. Luckily, I put a stop to it relatively quickly. I was like, "Oh, no. This is not a good idea. I need to put the blinkers on. I need to stop. I'm not going to look at anybody else." Because as you said, Joe, once it's in your head, it's hard to get it out.
Mhm.
Now, looking back now, it was so it was dumb. Like, it was a dumb move, especially because this virtual assistant, she's got an agency. Her services are the complete opposite to what I wanted to be doing.
Yeah.
The business model, completely different. And anyone that knows me, I've been very, very clear from day one. I didn't want to have a team. Why on earth? Like, of all the virtual assistants I was comparing myself to, why was it an agency?
Mm.
It wasn't Joe's agency, by the way. It was somebody else's. But why?
Yeah.
That wasn't even my idea of success.
Mm. But you've probably felt yourself kinda getting swayed towards like, "Oh, that's what I have to do because she looks successful and I wanna be
Yeah,
successful, so I'll do what she's doing."
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I was fortunate enough that there weren't very many VAs. Like, this was, coming up 11 years now
Yeah.
for me. There was 2 maybe, but, like, even then it was a stretch, and yeah. So I think that was one of the things that I'm really grateful for, actually. Brand is really unique, the name is unique, logo is unique, like,
Mhm.
everything about it back then was actually what I wanted, what my
Yes.
business partner back then and I wanted.
Yeah.
It was us. We weren't influenced by anyone else, and it was
Mhm.
really freeing because we got the business that we wanted.
Yes, not the one that you thought that you should have.
Mm, yeah.
Yeah.
So resist. If you feel yourself looking, just come into the industry, you're looking around to see what you need to do, like, don't do it. Don't do it. It's not gonna be fun at all.
No, it's gonna hold you back.
Yeah,
You're gonna question everything. Instead of trusting your gut, you're gonna be overthinking every decision that you make. You've
yeah.
just gotta trust your gut and make it your own. We talked about comparing your services and your pricing and how you're coming across online, but we see virtual assistants even comparing how quick their journeys are compared to others.
Mm,
How quick somebody else is becoming fully booked compared to themselves.
mhm.
It's not healthy.
Not at all, because everyone's journey is gonna be completely different, and quick's not necessarily better.
No.
You might need to do it more slowly, you might have big clients coming on. If you get 5
Mm.
big clients coming on at once, you're gonna do a really poor job of onboarding them, like, it's not about how fast, it's what's right for the model that you have chosen, the services, service plans, the pricing, like, everything. That really depends. So don't compare journeys and how fast they
No.
are. And you don't always know what's going on behind the scenes, right? Everyone is putting out only their highlight reel. We all know this about social media, but it's a good reminder. We don't actually know what it's like behind the scenes. If
You got no
anyone had
clue.
not if anyone was comparing themselves to back, when I was really struggling around that, like, 2015, 16, like, that was a really crap time, and I was in a lot of debt and really struggling. If anyone was comparing, it was like I had my model wrong, I needed to make some big changes, like, they would think, "Oh, really successful, I'll do what they're doing."
Little did they know.
Little did they know, learnt some lessons.
It's like the
Yeah.
duck. Is it the duck analogy where the duck's all
Mm.
calm on the surface, but underneath their little legs are, like, paddling like crazy?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You really don't know. You don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even tools, like, you might see virtual assistants talking about, like, this amazing, like, all-in-one tool that they're using. If you're just starting out, it's not going to be the right match for you. You've got to make sure that you're doing things in the right kind of order for you to get the business that you want, the money that you want coming in.
The strategies
Mm,
another virtual assistant has used in order to find those clients, they may not suit you and where you are and your personality style and the clients that you're wanting to attract. Like,
mhm.
how often do we see somebody reach out to us in a public setting wanting some advice, normally around clients, struggling to find more clients,
Yep.
and then somebody else will jump on and go, "Oh, I need to do that." Like, "Oh, no." You actually don't. The
Mm,
issues that the virtual assistant A is having are actually completely different issues to what you are having.
mm. Yeah.
Sometimes it's not about the strategy, it's about the mindset, and we've all got different mindsets. We've all got things that we struggle with. We've all got different strengths, different weaknesses. We are
Yeah.
all so different.
Mhm. Yep. So please stop. Close all of the tabs you have open right now with all of the other virtual assistants
Mhm.
websites that you are looking at. Close them down. Focus on yourself. Now, if you want support along the way to, like, show you all of the options and help you figure out what is actually appropriate for your stage and where you're at, you've got two options. If you're established and have some clients you're wanting to scale, come along into the members club. If you are just getting started, wanting to launch, trying to find those clients, check out the 30 Launch in 30 Days course. Two options for you where you can get our support and help so that you don't go down the wrong path and end up with a business that you never wanted. Thanks for listening to this episode of the Sam and Joe VA Show. If you'd like to find out more, head to the VA Foundry website to check out the Members Club and the amazing resources, training, and coaching.
You can find us at thevafoundry.com.